Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently shocked the world with an ultimatum that reverberates through geopolitical circles. At an EU summit in Brussels, Zelensky warned that if NATO does not accept Ukraine into its alliance, his country might have no choice but to become a nuclear power once again. This proposal, reportedly backed by former US President Donald Trump, signals a turning point in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and it could have dire consequences for global stability. As tensions rise and alliances form, many are left wondering, is this the beginning of a new world order or the prelude to World War III? Zelensky's ultimatum marks a dramatic escalation in Ukraine's approach to securing its future. Faced with the relentless aggression from Russia and the ongoing war that has ravaged his country, Zelensky's frustration was palpable. He stated that NATO membership is Ukraine's best chance for security, as no other alliance today offers the protection Ukraine needs against its powerful neighbor. If NATO does not extend its hand, Zelensky suggested, Ukraine may feel compelled to rearm itself with nuclear weapons, raising the stakes of the conflict to unprecedented levels. In this context, Zelensky's actions align with a larger biblical theme of wars, rumors of wars, and the unraveling of global peace. His statement speaks to the vulnerability Ukraine feels as it stands alone against a nuclear-capable Russia. For those familiar with Bible prophecy, this situation bears eerie similarities to the warnings found in passages like Ezekiel 38-39, where nations form alliances that stir conflict and war. The mention of Trump's alleged support for Ukraine's nuclear ambitions brings another layer of complexity, as it highlights the unpredictable nature of international politics and how world leaders can shape the course of history, sometimes unknowingly fulfilling prophetic roles. Zelensky's ultimatum also underscores the mounting global pressure. North Korea, a longtime ally of Russia, has sent 10,000 troops to support Russia in its war against Ukraine, further deepening the crisis. This development suggests that global conflict is no longer a distant possibility but something actively brewing on multiple fronts. With both North Korea and Russia involved, the threat of nuclear war looms larger than ever. The participation of North Korean soldiers, according to Zelensky, is the first step to World War III, a chilling thought that draws attention to the magnitude of what's at stake. The Bible warns about increasing global conflicts and alignments that could lead to catastrophic wars in the last days. Zelensky's claims bring this prophecy closer to reality. He emphasized that Ukraine is the only nation currently at war with a nuclear superpower, and that it is also the only nation that willingly gave up its nuclear weapons in exchange for security. The irony of this situation cannot be lost, as Zelensky's frustration highlights the failure of previous diplomatic assurances to protect Ukraine's sovereignty. As the possibility of Ukraine re-nuclearizing grows, so does the fear of escalation. Further complicating the situation is the deepening military ties between Russia and other nations hostile to the West. With North Korea sending troops and Iran supplying drones and missiles to Russia, we are seeing alliances form that could have long-term global consequences. Moscow's desperate search for military support signals that the war is far from over and that it may spread beyond Ukraine's borders. This could fulfill yet another biblical warning about the increase of wars and international conflicts in the end times. As we witness these events unfold, it's hard not to draw connections to the prophetic teachings of the Bible. Wars, alliances, nuclear threats, and power struggles are not just headlines. They are signals pointing toward a larger, divinely orchestrated timeline. The current geopolitical landscape seems to mirror the rumors of wars described in the Gospel of Matthew and the eventual rise of a global conflict that will shake the world. Zelensky's ultimatum is more than just a political maneuver. It's a clear sign that the world stands at a crossroads, and decisions made today could have catastrophic consequences for future generations. In this era of uncertainty, it's essential to remain vigilant and to view these unfolding events through the lens of prophecy as we draw nearer to the fulfillment of ancient warnings. Are we witnessing the birth of a new Cold War? Or is this something much larger, signaling the dawn of World War III? As tensions rise, only time will tell how these events align with the biblical predictions of the end times. But one thing is clear: the world is standing on the edge of a precipice, and the decisions made by world leaders in the coming days could determine the course of history for years to come.